Hey guys, welcome back to Balloonhead Productions for yet another video. Tonight I'll be discussing Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3, Episode 3, entitled Shuttle to Kenfori. But if you have been watching along as I've been making my way through the series, I am not alone. I'd like to welcome back my friend PJ to the channel. Hey PJ, what's going on?
How's it going?
It's not bad. So, what did you think about the third episode of Strange New Worlds, Shuttle to Confore?
Yeah, it was all right. Probably my least favorite of the season so far, but that's mainly due to the whole zombie aspect of the story.
Mhm.
So, Batel, Marie, Pike's girlfriend, is about to leave for her captaincy. He finds her passed out on the floor. They find out that the Gorn tissue has come back with a vengeance, and they've tracked down a rare flower called a chimera flower, which they have to go and get. Spock volunteers, but of course Pike's like, "No, I'm going," and Batel knew it anyway. She totally knew Pike was going to put himself in danger. They go on an unauthorized mission to this planet called Kenfori, which was the site of a Federation facility during the Klingon War. Now, this is confirmation that Klingons who look like the traditional Klingons existed during Discovery's time. We just didn't see them apparently.
Mhm.
So that's cool, and I'm glad they corrected the whole Klingon look. Uh, but they go down and find out that there are Klingon and human zombies down there, and on top of that, uh, this Klingon Bytha is out to get revenge. Well, not revenge, to clear her name by killing her father's assassin. And her father was Ambassador R.A., I believe, Doc Ra. And he was featured in season 2, episode 8, Under the Cloak of War. And at the end of that, M'Benga murders him. He assassinates him. It's left ambiguous, kind of in the episode, but you can take it one way or another, I guess. But this is confirmation that that he that M'Benga killed him. That part of the episode was interesting. Take away the zombie stuff. Don't need it. It's just it could have been a nice cat and mouse game between Pike, M'Benga, and the Klingons. They didn't need all that other stuff. Probably the most interesting part of the episode was Una's hair. No, it was Ortega's becoming a little bit insubordinate. She's been known to be rude before, but now she's just straight up insubordinate, and she gets a talking to at the end. And I like how, you know, under Una's command, she doesn't give as much leeway for back talk, and Ortega's endangers them by disobeying an order and making the ship go a little bit faster than she should have, in order for the Klingons to detect them. And Una doesn't like that. She's like, "You forced me into a decision." All that stuff is really good. And before I hand it off, I think there's a reason for Una's hair in this episode. The zero G scene.
Yep.
Rebecca Romaine's hair is down pretty much throughout the entire series, except for this episode.
Yeah.
And I think it's just so they didn't have to deal with CG
Hair.
hair replacement. That's why nobody with free flowing hair is actually shown during that brief sequence of zero G. So yeah,
Yeah. Listen, I really appreciated the emotional stakes of this episode by having the Klingon daughter of the Klingon that M'Benga killed last season. I like I said, I thought that brought emotional stakes, and and I'm interested. I'm interested to see if that storyline is explored any further this season. but like you, I did not like the zombie the zombie aspect to this episode. I thought that was a wash, and it was kind of like played out and boring to me. And, and the fact that this is yet another classified mission off the books, I keep thinking, yeah, like Strange New Worlds continues to find uh or continues to find it necessary to keep doing this um to start your canon, and there's no real need for it uh when you think of it, you know at the end of the day. The the zero G thing with with Una's hair was interesting, but I think PJ is right. I think the only reason that they chose to do that is to not spend money on replacing uh um Rebecca Ferguson's hair. Like,
Rebecca Romaine.
yeah, I'm sorry. Rebecca Romaine's hair.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, look, it was a good episode. It had some cool zombie gore in it, but I would have wrote it differently. I would have wrote it differently for sure.
Yeah, it's just that part of it. I mean, maybe if the last 20 years wasn't just so full of zombie stuff, and
Mhm.
if you're gonna do any kind of zombie aspect, I mean, the Vulcan zombies from the Enterprise episode uh, were more believable in the sense of why they were like that. In this, these are bodies that have been there for 5, 6 years,
Right.
and I don't. It's not explained enough. It's like the moss uh, takes over and blah blah blah, and okay, and now they're animating corpses for 5 years, or they're laying dormant for 5 years until something comes along. Another aspect is the planet not having any life at all. I thought that was weird. And why doesn't Benga, when he finds the dead Klingon, say, this confused me. He's like, looks like a phaser burn. Maybe an animal attacked him. Wait, which one is it? Well, an animal's not
Mhm.
using a phaser. Did an animal attack him and he used a phaser on himself? That was strange. Also, Batel is in a great deal of pain, and there's a scene where Spock mind melds with her,
Yeah,
and he sees all this flashes of Gorn
the
stuff,
Gorn.
and then
Mhm.
then he looks at Chapel and the other nurse, and he's seeing them through the Predator vision that they totally
Yeah,
ripped. See what the Gorn are now just a rip off of Xenomorphs
Predator.
and Predator. They
Right.
just combined those two things and said, "This is what it is now." And we'll stamp the Gorn thing on it. So him kind of getting those flashes and for a second kind of becoming Gornish is I guess foreshadowing
Hmm.
that Batel may become more Gorn than human, or I don't know. But also Pike finds out that the reason he's going to use this Chimera flower is to make the Gorn DNA within Marie permanent. And the
Right.
way Pike tries to get it out of him, he's like, so just tell me. And it looks like he's gonna hit M'Benga for a second, and he's like
Yeah.
immediately starts with the like I'm about to cry kind of deal. He really
Mhm.
loves Marie, Pike. And when the little jump scares with the zombies, Pike's like, oh, he's just, and he actually says like he's like, for lack of a better term, zombies, and M'Benga's like, don't call them that. It's like, well, that's exactly what. There's like very little imagination in the concept of how they present them too. They're the typical, standard, uh, kind of fast-moving zombies, right?
Right.
And
The 28
and
late the 23 the 23 year the 23 years later typical zombies. Yeah.
yeah, that's what started the whole fast zombie genre. Was that? But
Yeah,
the only good I got out of it was the blasting of them, the splatter kind of stuff.
that was
And
cool.
they go for some gore in this, head crushing, biting off of like ears and stuff, neck.
Mhm.
But if they're gonna do it, why not be as gruesome as or more intense than what we've seen 1,000 times? It's like PG zombie horror, where it's
Right.
just messed up enough that you can tell what's going on, but it really doesn't go for it. And by the way, when Bytha, the female Klingon who's
Python.
after M'Benga, when she crushes that guy's head, it's like such an old looking like rubber head effect. And I'm like, ah, this.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I found it unintentionally funny how after M'Benga doesn't kill her, she's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna die. I'm just gonna die with these zombies." It's like, okay, whatever,
Squash, right?
cool. Mm, she's like, yeah,
The guy
it's
behind
almost
you.
like she's buying Pike and M'Benga time, but really she just wants to fucking die.
Hmm. Hmm.
Klingons, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, look, I really, the things that I appreciated most about this episode were the character moments, specifically between what Dr. Mbenga had to deal with facing the daughter or the Klingon daughter of the person he killed. And I really appreciated um the romantic gargle between Pike and Captain Batel, but it wasn't really executed properly with Pike sort of reacting the way that he did. I understand why they do that from a writer's perspective, but it just didn't work properly for me. Not whether it was Ensign Mount doing a doing a bad line delivery or just a fucking fucking script was bad. I can't tell you, but there was something about the way that he reacted that would have been better with better dialogue. Look. I guess I'm saying it. I I guess I'm saying it. Uh, 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 right here, right now. It would have worked with better dialogue and and possibly a better reading from Ensign Mount.
Yeah, all of the stuff where and Benga and Pike are in that room and everything is revealed, and they talk about the Moss and what they're gonna have to do with Patel. They go back and forth to this part of the episode. Yeah, a lot of that dialogue feels very flat and kind of just
Mhm.
throwaway generic stuff.
Yep.
Um, and another thing about Mbenga, he is a character in the original series. However, he's not chief medical officer.
Hmm.
I hope that they use this whole assassination thing as a way to, or an excuse to have him demoted by the end of the show, because I feel that because they're bringing this up again, that he might eventually confess or something. Because what
Hmm.
happens is Pike is a friend to his crew. He really is a friend to his crew, especially his bridge crew. I mean,
Right.
Una, oh, you're an Ilarian? Big no
Yeah.
no. We'll keep it
But
our
no, no,
secret because
we'll keep it.
he sees he sees the good in her as an officer
Yeah.
and a friend.
Hmm. Hmm.
Same thing with M'Benga. He's like, oh wait, you really did just murder that guy in cold blood? Well, considering her trip to Kenfori is unauthorized, I guess I have nothing to report. And Pike just seems kind of not cool with it, but understanding, and really presents himself more as a friend than a captain at the end. And M'Benga's actually a little bit worried. I found that a bit like there's no there should have been a little something in there at the end with Pike where he's like, damn, I'm gonna struggle with this or something. But it seems just fine with it, and I think that might come back somehow. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Bega's like, Bega might feel guilt over this. Maybe I don't know.
yeah. Seeing Mbenga pay for his crimes would be a satisfying way to conclude the storyline. But with the way that modern Star Trek is run, I don't think that we're going to see that. I think we're going to see the exact fucking opposite. I think that he's going to get demoted, but I don't think they're going to kick him off the ship. At least not for now, until somebody until somebody names until somebody named Bones shows up. Bones
Mm.
shows up.
Maybe there might be. Okay, it's strange because like Una can know exactly when Ortega sped up the ship. She can look back at the records and say, at this exact time, 20, 40 hours or whatever it was, you
Mhm.
did this. I could physically go back and see. Now, the Enterprise, in terms of reporting to Starfleet, wouldn't they have to falsify data to cover up this side mission? This
Yeah,
unknown,
yeah,
because the
they're
ship's whereabouts have to be accounted for at
yeah.
all times. Like people higher than them have to say like, oh wait, you went to Kenfori, you went to, there's got to be some falsification of records. So like that's a little bit inconsistent. Where everything's accounted for and recorded apparently until the story doesn't want it to be or need it to be.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think yeah, ultimately I think they're going to blackball everything. They're going to they're they're going to they're going to blackball everything, and and this is going to be buried under a whole lot of Delta fucking tape. Um
Mm.
because yeah, Starfleet um would have the locations of where the Enterprise was, who was at the helm. They would have everything. But I think that ultimately, since this was a mission off the books, this is going to be like the yeah. So this is going to be on record, but 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 not on the record, right? So unofficial, so official but unofficial.
Yeah, and this whole episode revolving around getting the flower, and then the convenience of the Klingon showing up at that right time. My question is, okay, the Viridium patch
The
that, yeah, that M'Benga has, which allows her to track him. I just found the timing was really like, was she already going after him, and then they diverted to Kenfori, and she's like, well, we shall divert also. Just the timing of it was a bit convenient, but I think that's more of a nitpick. The
Mhm.
actress who plays Bytha was very good. I'm so glad that when they show Klingons in this show, they look like how,
Yeah.
maybe not how they're supposed to,
How?
because TOS Klingons smooth. I dismiss that. You know what? I look at the Klingon in Star Trek 6, how
Mhm.
subtle their makeup is, and Nicholas Myers wanted that more for the fact that he wanted the actors to be able to emote so much more. I
Right.
get that, but in my head canon, that's like, well, those are the TOS Klingons. Those are the most subtle looking, human looking ones. So I
Mhm.
can kind of retcon it, or adjust the canon in my head. I know people want to take it all at face value. It's like, no, we should see Klingons at some point who just have. Enterprise went through all that, and that wasn't even necessary. You should have just left it at Worf in Trials and Tribulations, where where Odo's like, "Those are Klingons," and Worf's like, "We do not talk about it with outsiders." Leave it at that. No more explanation. Just like they don't need to explain why these Klingons existed during discovery, but we never saw them.
Mhm.
Cool. Leave it alone. It's fine. We need
Yeah.
no. We just, you corrected it. Cool. Let's leave it at that. I like those gold uniforms too. It's really, and the actors and the speaking Klingon, it's how it should be, and that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all only good, but I mean, look, I don't want to speak about about the episode that's about to happen, but this season I've really loved two episodes, Wedding Bell Blues and an episode that's on the horizon, right? But I haven't really fully loved an episode yet, and I know why, because we've talked about it, but now it's really starting to get it's really starting to get annoying.
It it's I know it's such a lazy thing for me to say right now, but it is mid level. And when you're in the middle on something, people are like, well, do you like it or don't? I'm like, well, it's good and bad. It never achieves the status of the best shows that I watch, and
Right.
it's not so terrible that I want to throw my hands up. I think the show will get a lot worse in season 4. We won't even talk about that, but like the revelations about that season and the way they talk about it, they they
Mhm.
they pretty much said it's like just gonna turn into a comedy. Like that's all.
Yeah.
I know that this episode has some
uh,
level. What is that word?
Levels to it.
Levity. No levity.
Levity. Levity.
Where the
Uh,
funniest line I guess is when uh maybe they don't know we're here, and then they blow up the shuttle. It's like, oh, they know.
mhm,
It's like, all right, cool.
mhm.
Pike's just unintentionally funny, I find.
Yeah. 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 He's really.
What is it, Beggy? You better tell me. My girl, man, it's my girl. He's like,
Yeah. I.
and Beggy's like, don't overthink it. He's like, that's
Yeah.
all I
There's.
do is overthink. And even Marie is like, you're just so emotional, dude. I don't tell you these things because I know you're gonna be like, "Nah, nah, nah, nah."
No, I mean, look. I mean, look. That
Oh, sorry.
reading could work. It could work, but Anson Mount has to turn it down. Has to turn it down. Just,
He was
just.
really good in Imagine Part Two, and he's good. It's almost like he's best when he's a side character. When he's in the forefront, I don't
Uh
know.
huh. I don't know.
That's why they're trying to sideline him so much with Kirk. Every season they're like, yeah, Pike, sure. Let's bring in Kirk now. Yeah, push this guy to the side because it's not going to be his show in a couple of seasons.
Yeah. It's definitely not. Yeah. I look. Like I said, I appreciate the effort of this episode, but for me, parts of it worked, but those parts didn't come together for a full enjoyable experience. And I think that when I look back at this season of Stranger Worlds, because I will watch it again because I'm a Star Trek fan and it's in my contract, I'm just gonna play Russian roulette with the season, and I'm probably just gonna skip over this episode and go to other episodes that I can enjoy without thinking too much of without thinking about the logic of it all. Uh, because if I do, because the second that I do that, the game is over.
Also, at the very end, when they have the whole zombie, when they're outside, basically on the roof of the place, it's the modern equivalent of how cheesy uh, outdoor sets used to look back in '80s early TNG. For example, the first Ferengi episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, it's a real backdrop and it's a real set. It's just not technically outside anywhere, but it just has that phony look to it. So that whole sequence where at the end with the force fields and the zombies, all of that looks so not real. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
physically the actors and everything. I'm talking about the background. Just all kind of has this like fuzzy, hazy look to it, and they're using a lot of actual green screen on top of using the AR wall, I guess, because you can kind of see the harsh lines at some points, especially when there's a shot of the camera looking up at M'Benga when he's
Okay.
over Bythra,
Mm-hmm.
and the background just looks so. It's not composited well in a lot of places, and usually, and for the most part, the effects in the show are pretty damn good. It's just, and I liked how
Yeah.
Bythra she doesn't want to avenge her father because she loved him. She wants
Yep.
to kill M'Benga because it's the Klingon blood feud, and she actually hates his guts.
Right. She wants to get her honor back. I'm so happy that you reminded me of that because that's one part of the episode that I thought really fucking worked. It 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 really worked well.
And I like how when I knew M'Benga wasn't going to kill her, and I knew her reaction would be, "You dishonor me even more." And I'm like, "Yes, good. You're not veering off into like Yes, Klingon blood feud. I know it's standard Klingon stuff, but as long as they incorporate it, the fact that I can predict as I'm watching it that M'Benga's not gonna kill her and she's gonna get mad about it. I should have seen the fact that she was gonna die with the zombies, but I didn't. I was like, oh, she's really gonna do that? I thought she was gonna like leave with, you know, they would help her out or something. I don't know.
Right, right, right.
But at the
Yeah.
end, her hand is reaching out like this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, I think she's regretting it.
Probably,
I think
probably.
I think when they start like tearing into your neck and stuff, she's like, oh wait, fuck, I don't like this kind
Fuck.
of death.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This isn't. Yeah. This isn't what I. This isn't what I signed up for.
This is not the day I had planned.
Right, 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 right. Perhaps perhaps today is not a good day to die.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, like I said, yeah. So with that, um, as we wrap up this this episode, what do you what are you looking forward to, if anything at all?
Well, I want to see things like the holodeck, and I want to see things like maybe Muppets, maybe
Muppets.
some anime.
Yeah.
Maybe they can do another crossover episode with Lower Decks, but it's fully animated this time. No, I don't know. I I have an idea of what the next episode is. Beyond that, I know I know there's a lot of talk about episode 8 coming up, which they
Mhm.
showed a clip from very early on, like almost like maybe 2 years ago, or like it was one of the first things they ever showed of season 3.
Uh, oh,
And it's where
the
the crew gets transformed into Vulcans, and that's the kind of
that
shit in the show
that
that they
that
introduced right off the bat with the very
fucking
first episode, Strange New Worlds, where they have this thing where they're like, "Oh yeah, if you want to disguise yourself as another species, psst, here you go. Yeah, it's gonna hurt a lot, but you're gonna change into another species like that." And in this episode 8 coming up, when they change, two stupid things happen. Their hairstyles also change,
uh, uh,
and they're able to automatically control their emotions. When if you just became a Vulcan, that would be a very difficult thing to do. But anyway, it's a
yeah, yeah.
cartoon. The show's a comedy cartoon. And
So
episodes like this that try to be serious, even with the zombies, then veer into that, like, what is this, Rick and Morty? Like, anyway. No, nothing against
yeah,
Rick and Morty. I'm just saying.
right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, when they released that clip 2 years ago, um, I was very, very suspect about why they did that. Like, why the hell would you do that? Like, why don't you put your best foot forward and lead with a trailer? Why release a clip of something so out of context?
That may have been
Like,
early 2024 they released that. I'm just going to
right, right,
confirm.
sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, no, and the other thing that I am the the thing that I'm most looking forward to for the rest of the season is the way that they're going to handle the character of Batel and how she's going to exit, if she exits at all. She may end up becoming a Gorn hybrid. She probably will. If she does become a Gorn hybrid, what does that mean moving forward? Does that harken back to Arena at all? Does that mean she's, uh, you know,
Oh my god, dude. She is the Gorn from Arena.
so,
Connection made. By the way, that clip was released July of 2024. So, yeah, over a year
yeah,
ago.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, while ago, yeah.
what's going to happen? There's going to be an episode where Pike walks up to her. She's got her back turned to him.
Hmm.
He's like, Marie? No answer. She's just standing there. Music
Right.
swells up. Scary music. Marie walks toward her, the camera tracking with Pike as he walks toward her, puts his hand on her shoulder. She turns around with a big lizard smile and fucking lizard eyes, and it freeze frames on her, and it like slowly zooms in like the end of
Yeah.
that Michael Jackson video Thriller, and
Yeah.
then you get Vincent Price laugh track, and then Pike starts going ooh, and he hides under the bed because that's Pike. No, I'm joking. There is a conversation at the end of the episode where she tells him like, "I didn't tell you M'Benga's plan to make me a hybrid because you overreact, and because of this very
Mhm.
thing." He's like, I don't have space. There's a good line. I don't have space to worry about uh, you, to worry about your feelings about me dying, something like that.
Right.
I was like, ah, yeah. She totally understands Pike, and I'm glad like there's another character in the
Hmm.
show like her to point out what I find a little bit annoying with him, like how he's
Right.
just so emotional when it comes to her in particular,
Mm.
because he really doesn't want to lose her,
No,
and he
no, it
doesn't
doesn't.
want to he doesn't want to have a lizard hybrid girlfriend either. But it's the only
No,
way.
no, I think no, but at the end of the day, I think that Pike is trying in a way to delay the inevitable. And those of you who are Star Trek fans know what I'm talking about. His ending, his I think that he's trying to stay in a. I think that when it comes to her, he's trying to keep the one thing in his life that makes sense. Look, nothing has been said by the writers to support this. Nothing.
I think
But
Pike has to turn against her. Maybe she becomes like crazy and evil and stuff, and
maybe,
like Batel's about to kill Laan, and
yeah,
Pike's got the phaser, and he's like, "Get away from her, you bitch!" And he
yeah,
has to kill her.
yeah.
Wow. No,
That's interesting.
I'm
I mean,
joking. Yeah.
that's a little dark, but that would be uh interesting,
And then
but not.
like she's got the phaser hole in her chest, and she's all
Yeah.
like a half lizard, and she's looking at Pike. She's like, "I thought you loved me,"
Oh my
and it's
god.
like, and then he's like, uh, uh, uh
Yeah.
he's like, no, or something, and he blows her head off.
Right.
Yeah,
Or something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
The Strange New Worlds, man, they'll
Uh,
do
yeah.
anything. Kurtzman Trek will
Yeah.
do anything except make a
Anything. Yeah.
follow up to Picard.
Mhm.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
You
It's
know,
all
you
good.
you joke, but you mentioned puppets a little earlier. Who thought we would ever see puppets?
Maybe as long as Kermit and Fozzie and Miss Piggy and Gonzo, and is it Gonzo?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I think it's Gonzo. Yeah.
as long as they're all there too, having a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Right.
Who cares about taking anything seriously in this show anymore? It's just whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just yeah.
Enjoy this season while we can.
Yeah.
It
Because
might be the best to come.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
It yeah. It definitely might be the best to come. So
Starfleet
yeah.
Academy is going to be Andor level good in some mirror universe, but not here. Not here.
Not here at all. All right,
No.
guys. So, on that note, if you saw this episode, tell us what you liked about it in the comment section or what you didn't like about it. But thank you, PJ, for joining me for yet another review. Where can the good folks find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on YouTube at Boat Wreck Live, or
Boat
call
Live.
me Boat Trek. I don't care. Whatever. It's
Yeah,
all good.
yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But every once in a while, I come on his channel and we shoot this shit about a lot of different things. So come on and check us out over there and give us some love. If you guys want to come and check out what I'm doing across the interwebs, the best place to find me is on X. I'm at CreekFanatic88. But as I say often, guys, until next time, I'll see you when I see you.
So much happened here, and so much is about to.